here from Rain Country Homestead. God is good all the time. Today I want to show you a very easy and frugal way to make your own all-natural deodorant. Super easy, super quick, so let's get started. For this particular recipe, you're only going to need 3 ingredients. This is tapioca starch, or also known as tapioca flour. You can also use arrowroot powder or cornstarch, but if you go with the cornstarch, please look for the organic non-GMO variety. Baking soda, and then some essential oils, whichever you prefer. Now, keep in mind, I'm using a non-therapeutic grade, which means these aren't going to be as strong as the therapeutic grade, so I'm going to be using a lot more of these. If I was using, like I'm going to be getting into the Young Living oils. I have a friend who sells them, and I'm really excited about doing those. So with those, you're only going to want to use just a few drops at the most. Sorry, my dog. Anyway, but I'll be using a lot more of these, so just keep that in mind. It's going to depend on the type of oils you use. And if you do non-therapeutic grade, if I do actually really like the Now oils for that. It's just these are going to be a little more diluted with other oils. But once these are gone, I'm probably not going to buy them anymore, and I'm just going to go with the good Young Living brand, or even doTERRA. So look into those. Those are some really good brands to go with. Anyway, so for this particular recipe, super easy, I'm going to go 1 part of the tapioca starch or arrowroot powder or cornstarch and 1 part baking soda. Now, if your skin is sensitive, I recommend upping the amount of the tapioca, arrowroot, or cornstarch and making that a little more than the baking soda. I'm doing a 1-to-1 ratio on that. Okay, you're going to have your big fork. Hang on, got to see what the dogs are up to. Sorry about that. How dare somebody walk by our house. Anyway, so again, for this particular, since I'm using this kind of oil, I'm going to do a whole capful of each. This is clove. And I'm making this one for myself. This is the first time I'm making this particular one for myself, because I made some for my husband using this recipe that I came up with, and decided to try it, and I really liked it, but I used cedar and patchouli, so I don't really like smelling like a man. That's a very manly smell, but I wanted to try it to see how I liked it. But anyway, if you use too much baking soda and your skin is really sensitive, it can burn a little bit. It can get just a little, because my husband was using just a baking soda and on his armpits, and it kind of burned his skin a little bit. So I came up with this particular recipe, and then I'm finding I actually really like it. But using the starch gives it a nice soft feel against the skin. So obviously the more you use of this, the softer it's going to feel on your skin. If you prefer more of a paste, then what you want to do, you see I'm putting it in the jar. That should be just enough to fill this up. This is 1/4 of a pint. Yeah, I might have got a little carried away on my measuring cup sizes. Anyway, so I'm going to put the lid on. I got a little extra there. If you prefer the paste, I recommend that you start with at least 1 part of the powder starch, whatever you're going to use, 1 part baking soda, and 1 part coconut oil. And you may want to use just a little bit of olive oil or avocado oil or grapeseed oil in there to give it a good consistency. Try that first, mix it in, and see what kind of consistency you get. When you're doing this kind of stuff, there's no one right way to do it, because you've got to find what works best for you, what you like best. The problem I had with the oil-based one is it does stain your shirts. So you want to keep that in mind. You may not have an issue with that. You may not stain. It did with me, so I stopped using that. And oh, by the way, I don't know if I showed you, I was using orange and clove, since we're, you know, we're getting into the cooler time of the year. And I really love the smell of orange and clove together. That's what I'm using. And this, if you could smell it, I would have you smell it, but I don't have smell-o-vision, sorry. Anyway, so there you have it. Real simple, easy way to make your own deodorant. It's all natural, aluminum free, because I don't have baking soda that has aluminum in it, and no concerns about it causing cancer or anything like that. And it's super inexpensive to make. So try this and see what you think. Again, play with the amounts. Add a little more cornstarch to make it it'll make it more velvety against the skin, and see what you think. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned a little something there that maybe you didn't already know, and that you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and God bless.